Hey everyone, Mike from fisherMN here, and today I want to talk to you about a couple of things that are happening on the channel. And the first thing is shorts. You might have noticed if you watch the channel, you're seeing a few things pop up every week. Usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm going to try to put a short out, and that's kind of YouTube's answer to TikTok. Now I don't know much about TikTok, but I know that the YouTube shorts can get some views on them. It's a whole different kind of search engine thing that they're doing. So I'm gonna give it a try, and I'm gonna put some footage from videos that have already been produced. Every once in a while maybe some new stuff too, but I really appreciate the comments I've been getting on the shorts. I'm kind of going back into the archives with some of the footage. I've started out with some favorite northern pike clips, and they seem to be doing pretty well. I had an underwater one, I had one attacking my frog, and this week I had a big northern video. In fact, it was the biggest fish I've ever caught in my kayak, and it was on Mille. It was really early on, and it's one of the first videos I've produced on my channel. So I thought, you know what, maybe I have better video editing skills now. So I thought I'd remix that video as a part of this video, since I just released the short on Thursday. So my monster northern, 41-inch northern, it was quite a catch at the time, and it still ranks as one of my best catches ever. And just the fact that I got it in my boat was amazing. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got my computer here, and I'm gonna watch the video along with you and kind of tell you what was going through my mind as I was trying to land this monster fish. Alright, before I get started with the video, I also wanted to mention, not to worry, I do have some new footage just waiting to be produced. So I'm still gonna have some regular length videos on Saturdays for a while. Alright, let me click on the video here. Let's get into the video. I've got it on my screen here, so I'm gonna kind of watch it with all of you, and then I'll put up in the corner of the regular video kind of some of the commentary, because this was a really interesting day. I remember getting to the landing, and it was on the west side of Mille, and being a new kind of kayak guy, I was thinking, you know, I'd only been in my kayak a couple of months, and Mille can be kind of intimidating. It was a little bit of an east wind and kind of rainy, and it was one of those days, should I or shouldn't I? Well, I decided to go out there. I figured out pretty early on that it was definitely trollable, so that's what I did. I had a medium heavy St. Croix rod with, of course, if you watch the channel, a Mepps spinner, white skirt with a red and white blade. So it was a little different than the green one I've been using now, but it sure did work that day. So just kind of trolling right along a weed edge, and you can see I move my rod from one side to the other, and that sometimes I find triggers a strike. I don't know if something's following and the lure just changes its look. So anyhow, that fish hit, and right away, you know, you kind of wonder what it is, because you're moving, and it seemed to kind of come in a little bit easy, but then once it started pulling, I knew I had something pretty big on there. So I'm just kind of bringing it in. Also back then, I did have two GoPros. I always kept the one in front of me going when I was trolling, and then the hat cam I would save for bass fishing, because I had maybe 5 or 6 batteries. Now I have like 15 or 18 batteries and an onboard battery charger. So you see me looking for my hat cam under the seat, and I tried both sides, and I knew it was there, and I couldn't reach it, and I had at this point seen what a big fish it was, and it made that big splash there. And yeah, I zoomed in, and that was the genuine look on my face. So I reached under another time, and I found that hat cam. So right now my thinking in the video was, you know what, if I can't get this fish in, because I can see how huge it was, I'm gonna at least get some footage of it so people can believe that I had a big fish on. It was just peeling drag. can just see that rod bend. And of course, for a fish that size, this is pretty light equipment. I had 17-pound nanofill on, and it's kind of a medium-sized reel, but that's what I always troll with, even until today, because I guess I haven't lost a big fish yet with it. So once it got to the top of the water, I knew what I was dealing with, and it seems like it would come up, and then just a couple of splashes of its tail and it was gone. Kind of tried to hold the rod up so you could see how much line was coming out. And the fish was essentially pulling me around. When you watch the video, you can see how the horizon changes behind me, you know, so I kind of started out going one way and ended up going pretty much into the waves. The nice thing about a Hobie is you'll see me reach down next to me. I can kind of control the boat while the fish was there. Now this part, you saw the fish flip over. The fish was around its gill plate, so that could have been an instant cutoff because that's a really sharp area. But luckily it just flipped over and the fight was still on. Now as the fish is tiring, my mind is just working and I'm thinking, how am I gonna get this fish in the boat? I knew it wouldn't fit in the net. So I grabbed my fish grabber, and you know, one suggestion I would have is practice with things before you actually use them, because I made a couple of feeble attempts and it was almost impossible to reach down and get that fish. In fact, right here you can see that fish almost got away when I grabbed the line. Lesson learned, don't grab the line too much when you're fighting a big fish. I think this fish was meant to come in because I made so many mistakes as I was fighting it. So I'm still thinking here, you know, maybe the fish grabber is gonna work. I just need to get down to the fish. But you need the fish grabber down there and you need the fish's mouth open. So many moving parts. So I made another attempt, and that fish, you can see it's getting tired out. That's where I wish I had a net. It could have saved the fish a couple of runs. And I kind of swipe at it a little bit, and there I am grabbing the line again. But then finally, I get the right hold on it, and I pull this thing up, and it's just a monster. If you've ever handled a northern, you know when they're gonna start flipping because they tense up. And you can see this guy here, he's starting to tense up and he starts flailing. I had somebody teach me how to musky fish, and they said no matter what, you hold on to that kind of handle they have in their head. You should always be supporting the fish. That's another mistake I made. Gotta love the digital camera. Back then I thought all my still shots had to be from the digital camera. But there he is. That's a monster fish as far as I'm concerned. A 41 inch, and that wasn't even measured too accurately. Look at those beautiful pictures. The second one turned out a little bit better. But what a great fish, what a great fight to have. There's not a whole lot of sound with it because the cameras back then didn't have good sound. They had to have waterproof housings on it. So overall, I just kind of put some music in the background, and just the fight of the fish was pretty amazing that day. I hope you enjoyed that fish. If you have any suggestions, if you're a channel watcher, for some shorts, like moments that you kind of liked from some previous videos, let me know, and maybe I'll make it into a short and have it during the week sometime. Either way, I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.